So let me entertain you for a few minutes here. We know that in a week, which is 7 days of course, and 24 hours, when you go 7 times 24, that's 168 hours we have in 1 week. So what that does for us is, how do we use up that 168 hours, and what does that look like for you in a time frame? So we do know that we sleep 8 hours a night, give or take, so that's 40 hours. Then we also have a 40-hour work week, so Monday through Friday, or maybe you work Tuesday through Saturday. That's all good. So there's 8 hours a day, that's 40 hours a week. That's 1 hour a day of waking up, getting ready, jumping in the shower, brushing your teeth and having breakfast and heading out for the office or heading out for the day. Now maybe you live down the road from your work, maybe you don't. So let's say it takes half an hour so to get to work and then half an hour back. That's an hour a day. And maybe some other errands. So let's just work it out to an hour a day, which is 7 hours a week. Then there's also, you have lunches and you have dinners, and we'll give you, we'll be reasonable, we'll give that an hour. I know some of you take 2-hour lunches, well, more power to you, but let's just go with an hour for lunch, an hour for dinner. That's 7 hours a week for meals, for lunch, and 7 hours a week for dinner. That is with 14 hours a week. And then, of course, there's TV time. Now, I'm a HD TV fan and DIY fan. And then there's church on Sunday. Some of us go to temple on Saturday. It's all good. Let's give that 3 hours to get there, enjoy the service, head home. And then 2 hours for grocery shopping, maybe 4 hours, give or take. Ultimately, at the end of the week, what you're looking at least what your minimum spent hours time is 40 hours of sleep, 40 hours of work, 7 hours of waking up, getting ready for the office, 7 hours to drive to work and back, and maybe you run to the store or something like that. 7 hours for lunches, 7 hours for your dinner meals, and then 3 hours a day for TV, right? 21 hours. Maybe I'm reasonable, maybe I'm not. Maybe you spend more, maybe you spend less, maybe you spend none hours watching TV, and then 3 hours for church over the weekend, and 2 hours for grocery shopping. That adds up to 134 total hours in a week that are occupied. They're accounted for. Now we're going to take 168 minus 134 equals 34 hours. So you have an additional 34 hours left in the week. What are you doing with those hours? Now maybe some of you go to night school, more power to you, that's just amazing and awesome. Maybe you have a side hustle, so that's another 20 hours, you have the 14 hours. Maybe some of you love to read a book, and you've got scheduled an hour or so a day for reading a book. Maybe some of you go to gym. I know lots of you go to gym, that's awesome. So you're left with 34 hours. So yeah, you can see there's a nice breakdown of what your week looks like, and there is some time in your week that you can spend to educate yourself, to it's about self-mastery. So maybe you're reading a book, maybe taking a course, maybe you learn to become a coach, maybe your side hustle is an online business. There's enough time left in a week for you to dedicate a bucket of hours to pursue a career that supplements your income. So real estate is your day job that funds your life. Maybe you have another job where you're a coach. You can make about an additional $1,000 per client being a real estate coach. And also social media. Maybe you're a social media consultant. Do some speaking on the side. This is just a good idea of what your week looks like. And when you start to understand what you have in your week, we can start building a real proper calendar for you. So let's get into time blocking your calendar. And I'm going to go to Google for this, because Google I can access on my phone, I can access on any PC, any Mac, any kind of gadget like an iPad or some kind of a tablet. Let's go check that out and see how we can put together an amazing schedule to set us up for success.